Hello everyone, this is Vintage Rob 89 here, and today we are concluding with part 2 of the 1998 Power of the Force 2 Death Star Trooper. And it is this one in the middle, but before we get into it, in my last video, I forgot to show all of you the TIE Fighter pilot. Freeze frame it. Now, I'm not going to take it out of the sleeve, but as you could see, it's this one in the top right corner here. Really cool. And this is the binder. Just very simple. This was an exclusive back in '98. And they're hard to come by today because usually they're filled with freeze frames, and I don't need freeze frames. I just need the binder itself. And the binder I paid, I think, like almost $30 for. So, but I'm going to give you one little surprise. And that surprise is I'm going to try to reflect so you guys get an idea. Yeah, there you go. That's what it looks like under light. The TIE Fighter pilot. Okay, so as I did that, I'm going to go back to this review. As you see in the background, I'm taking down stuff in my room, and I have stuff I'm reviewing. So the stuff I'm taking down in the room, I'm hoping to move out in the next year, and I'd rather do it now during this lockdown than do it last minute. So, yeah. Anyway, so as we go back into this review, this is the figure we're looking at. And we're going to look at the others and see how they've changed over the years. So first off, it's a bulky figure, but it's pretty skinny compared to the other Power of the Force 2 figures at the time. It comes with a big gun, and I believe the TIE Fighter pilot had this gun as well. It's got really good detail. The emblems are great. It's more movie accurate, as you will see, as I show you some others. It's got a sculpted pistol holster. And it has a freeze frame. So I will show you that right now. And we'll go back to the window again. And it says, the elite Death Star technicians. Okay. Now, some interesting trivia. That Death Star image that's on the slide, it's on the original packaged Star Wars toys from the 70s and 80s, which we have here today that you see in this video. And we will show you that version. Okay. So, here we go. And as I focus on that, I'll be right back. Okay, so the next figure we're going to look at was the one that started it all. And that is the 1977 version here. Very hard to get in this condition. It's a common figure, but very hard. Now, there are many variants of this figure. Mine is the no country of origin, but it still fits with the original 12 because this variation was around. But very simple, very different outfit. It's gray. It's just got like an emblem on its chest. Its belt is silver and black. Its helmet, you can't see it, but it's got dimples on it, which I really like. It's very 70s. Can't even focus on it. Okay, now you can see it a little bit here. Yep, you see it? It's a little bit. It shows a little bit on here, but it's got golf ball dimples on it. And that was it. 1977. It's Blaster, as you could see, too. Very simple. But this is the one that started it all. And why it's hard to find is it usually has rubs on its helmet and its boots and hands. So that one doesn't. And then the next one is a variant I just found out for the first time ever, which is the 1980 variant, which belongs to the Empire Strikes Back because it has a blue blaster. And I thought it had the wrong blaster, but it didn't. So really, really cool. And it's the same. The only difference is it's got a Hong Kong stamp and its blaster's blue. So this is vintage Star Wars, as they call it. Very simple. And I'll give you guys another look at it. And this is apparently fresh off the card, and I could tell because the limbs are very, very stiff and its paint is shiny. Yeah, if it does have any wear, it is factory, and you could see those dimples very well on this too. Cool. And then we have the last one, which is the 2012 Navy officer. And if I didn't mention the 77 and 1980 Death Squad commanders, that's what you would call them, Death Squad commanders. So it wasn't even Death Star Trooper, but here they completely changed the name and called it Imperial Navy Officer. This is from the Vintage Collection 2012. Does its helmet come off? I think its helmet comes off. But I don't want to risk it. So, but I could see underneath its helmet, it has hair. It is brown hair, or like a brownish blonde. It's got the strap, which the vintage figures don't have, and the 98 version does. Let me see. Yep, it's got the strap. But this is a cool one too. And it's all black, more screen accurate. Oh, and it's got the dimples on its hat too. Let's see if the 98 one has it too. It does. Cool. And its blaster, too, has a holster. And it's the blaster that comes with it. 2012. And it's got a lot of articulation, too, in the 2012. It's got a swivel head. It's got swivel hands, swivel feet. Let's see what else it's got. It's got a swivel waist. The other ones all have 5 points of articulation. So, yep. Let's see what else it's got. Yeah, just a lot of detail. It's got the vintage feel because it's very skinny and slim. Yeah, it's slim. But oh, and it's got the emblems. Which is a little bit more accurate, only on one arm though. See if I could get that better for you guys. Oh, there we go. It's more accurate. Okay, and the vintage ones don't even have the emblem, so we'll just take the Empire one out. No emblems. So, that is it. I love these figures. I feel like, you know, not really the modern ones. I mean, they're awesome. I love that they're screen accurate. It's a really cool figure, but the vintage ones just really jump out. And if you know about vintage Star Wars and the story, you know, if you had this in the Christmas of 1978, I mean, it was you know, it was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And, you know, I think of all the play sets with these, especially that big Death Star space station playset, which I don't have, which I plan to get down the road. And then the next one takes me back to the 90s when I got introduced to Star Wars. Unfortunately, I didn't have this figure. I got him about a decade later when I was collecting my vintage Star Wars stuff. I got it in the mail from Brian's Toys, and you know, they were giving these figures away. So, but now having him again, I don't think he's a figure you give away. I think he's actually a pretty cool figure. You get the freeze frame. It's just really cool. And then this Imperial Navy officer is just a really awesome upgrade. I like it's got a holster. They really kind of went back to the 1977 feel of the original figure, and you know, they just did some cool updates, and I think the articulation works on it too. I'm not one to love articulation, but for this figure it works. And I just loved how over the years they really went on more detail, and I loved, which is really cool, from the start they put those little golf ball dimples in the helmet. I just feel like, you know, that is just setting up how cool this figure is, how timeless these figures are, and what is the price on them? Well, we'll start with this one, the one in the middle, the Death Star Trooper. I think I paid like $8 or $10 for it. The one on the right at the time, 8 years ago, I paid like $25. Now it's probably gone up. I bought them at a toy show. And then these two I got on eBay. So you're looking at $25, $30 a piece. Sometimes you can pay a little bit more because of the paint. So that is pretty much it on all these figures. They're awesome. Grab any of them, you know. I'd say all of them are great. If you want to grab all of them, grab them all, but each one of these are just awesome. But anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.